Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my platform. Those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody has had a good day wherever you guys are at in the world. God bless you. Peace be with you. Love to you. Okay. From the angels, from me. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So please know that my readings are timeless, which means whenever you get across or this message, this video comes across your screen, there's going to be messages in here for you. I suggest that you guys watch all of the readings on this platform because each reading is going to have a personal message about your spiritual journey. And my hopes is that through these readings, you guys learn how to use your discernment, so that when you're in your regular life, if something were to come up and you needed to make a decision, you could be like, oh, I remember Astraea saying this, or, or that, or remembering something from the reading that will help you. So these readings are to help you problem solve and troubleshoot any issues that are going on in your waking life. Okay. So check out what is in the description box below. I have a disclaimer in there. By watching my readings, you are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you are agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me, anybody in the comments, or anybody in the chat. I'll just get you blocked from the platform. Yeah. So before we get into the reading, if you go to the tagged products, you are going to see a few books. Actually, you're going to see quite a few metaphysical supplies, oracle cards. I've got oracle cards that I go through these different shops and I pick out the items that have good energy in them that I feel like would be beneficial to you guys. Some of the stuff that I have been picking looks like the seller sold out of already. So I keep adding new things there. But you are going to see two books that I'm going to talk about briefly here. The first book is called The Truth of God. It is an advanced intuitive living workbook, and it's written by Michael STEADMAN. That's MichaelSteadman, who is a doctor of divinity. Now, I've been using the techniques from The Truth of God for 10 years with success. So everything that I do comes through my abilities and then what the truth of God has taught me. And the truth of God is going to teach you about your higher self being God. It'll teach you about so many different things that will help you create the reality in the life that you want. Okay, so life changing. It's not a book that you just read one time and you put down. You'll end up using the techniques in this book every day. At least I hope you would, because it would be just like retarded for somebody to figure out how to create their own reality and then not use the techniques. Like, that would be so silly. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read the back of the book. If I have time at the end, I haven't been having time at the end of the readings lately, but some days, on the days that I do feel like I have enough time and stuff like that, I'll go into more depth on these books. But if you go back to my a little bit earlier readings, I'm sure that you can click on those and go to the ending and you'll see me do an in-depth talk. So I'm going to read the back of The Truth of God. So there are some techniques in The Truth of God that are life-changing, like the God technique, the joy versus anger technique, the mind technique, the 1 to 10 ratio, which gives you compatibility. This book will teach you how to get compatibility on any subject, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. You guys will see me use the joy versus anger, which is a yes and no answering system during the reading. So the truth of God is an evolutionary encounter with that which we know as God, gaining new perspective into who we are and from where we came. That's the first 2 chapters. It's like the truth of, it's like, yeah. That's the first couple chapters. And then it goes into a spiritual workbook. First, the journey to God takes you to the realm where it all began, making many discoveries along the way. Next, the story of God explains what has seemed to be indescribable, creation and the path that led to what we perceive to be reality. Last, in the spiritual workbook, Michael gives information and techniques that will allow us to free ourselves from those ideas and emotions that are hindering our spiritual progress, and methods to open up the channel between the conscious mind that we are aware of and the inner consciousness that many are becoming aware of. Check this book out, you guys. The Truth of God. Advanced Intuitive Living, written by Michael STEADMAN. It's tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. The second book we're going to be talking about is the book that I have written, and this book is called Vassago, Vassago, Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, written by me, Astraea Love. This book will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for other people. I also have tagged in the products and linked in the description box below the quick and easy original Rider-Waite Tarot. If you learn the interpretations from these cards, when you go to any specialty deck and they give you a card that has nothing, the picture has nothing to do with the interpretation of the card. Well, when I answer personal questions for people, just let you guys know if you have personal questions, let's get the likes up, you guys, to send me a $20 super chat with your question, and then I'll pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. But when I use a different deck, I always keep this one out, because if I feel like I pull a card and it's not, the picture is not representing what the card means, then I always want to get the original. Okay, so I'm going to read the back of my book and then we'll get into the reading. If you guys could like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Please and thank you. Make sure you guys are subscribed and all of that. Okay, so Astraea Love, that's me, is a psychic / intuitive that's been living between the spiritual and the physical world since she was a little girl, playing with the fairies in her backyard. She has helped countless people find answers to their questions about their life's experiences with the help of the Most High God, providing inspiration in many forms. This book was inspired by the Ars Goetia spirit known as Vassago, who's this guy right here. He's a spirit guide. So he has assisted me in designing the different tarot card spreads in this book so that they cater to your personal experience. I, for one, know how difficult it can be to read cards for yourself due to our personal attachment to the outcome. This book will assist you in getting past that blockage and in obtaining the spiritual truth that will set you on your divine life purpose, aka spiritual path. This book of never before created major arcana spreads references the standard Rider-Waite Tarot deck for all explanations and includes spells and rituals for each of the 22 cards. There's 22 major arcana cards, which is your guys' favorites, like the Lovers, the Tower, the Sun, the Moon, the World, the Star, the Emperor, the Empress. And then different card combination descriptions are gifted from my years of practical knowledge and are included in the additional notes section. So if I have time at the ending of this reading, I will actually use the book. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So I got a couple different messages for you guys, and just let you guys know, if you've got any personal questions, thank you guys for being so kind, to send me a $20 super chat with your question, and then I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay, so I'm just giving the cards a good shuffle here. We're going to see what comes out, but I got a couple different messages. First of all, you guys are not the only ones that are picking up that somebody's energy is off. Not only that, I got something about a love spell going wrong. So some of you could have been really head over heels interested in somebody, and then all of a sudden that just went away. Okay. When I was under love magic, literally, it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. I was always getting abused by the person that was doing the magic on me. And at the time, I didn't know like love spells was a real thing. I thought it was like Hollywood, like, just like not real, you know? And so anyways, overnight, it felt like overnight something had broken, because the next day I was like, looked at the person, I was like, ew, like, why would I ever like this person? And then I got rid of them. So that's one thing that can happen when a love spell breaks. What are the other signs and symptoms, Spirit? Oh, you could just be noticing that somebody's energy is off towards you. Maybe you're used to somebody being kind to you and you go into work and then somebody is just like being passive aggressive or rude. Read me when. Okay. I'm going to pick one of these Bible quotes. I think I want to pick from the Read Me When You're Sad. It's reminding me of Alice in Wonderland. Eat me, drink me, read me. Okay. Frustration is better than laughter because a sad face is good for the heart. Who wrote that? I completely disagree with that. Next. I'm sorry, but no. What the hell was that? My soul is sorrowful and I want to speak. My heart is in distress and I want to express my sorrow. You guys could be feeling sad about something. I like legit do not agree with who wrote that. Anyways, I got this off Temu, so if the clouds are full of rain, they will fall to the ground. So I think that's a metaphor for crying. If you feel like you need to cry, I'm just going to straight up throw this one away. Frustration is better than laughter. What? No, dude, I hope that's not in the Bible because that's stupid. Anyways. Okay, one more. Let's see. They're color coded for different emotions. Let's see what this one says. The poor oppress the poor as if the rainstorm had washed away the food. Wow. Okay, enough of that. Really feel good shit right there. I hope that's not in the Bible either. What the heck? Who wrote that? Oh my God. This like dark philosophy 101. Anyways, thought I was going to get more out of that experience. Maybe that's why I was really not directed to bring it down here. Anyways, I hope that frustration is better than laughter shit is not in any type of sacred text. Oh, being happy is so much better than not being happy. Okay. So let's see here. Ridiculous. That quote was, all of those quotes. The only one that was okay was the rain cloud one. I thought that those were Bible quotes, but I guess not. Just says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Read me when, and then it's got like color coded, like if you're happy, if you're sad, whatever. Okay. Well, now I got my money's worth on that. Just kidding. All right. So let's see what comes out. I did get like that a love spell is not loving anymore. It's not working. If somebody did a honey jar, honey jars are supposed to sweeten a situation between you and a person. But I will tell you this, if somebody hates you or they act like they hate you, I thought the door opened. If somebody's acting like they hate you, okay, a honey jar, most likely not going to take care of the energy. It could be karma. And there's no jar that I know of well, I don't know a whole lot about witchcraft, but I will tell you this, there is no jar that can clear karma unless you've programmed it for that. But I highly doubt these witches and warlocks care about karma. They probably are just like caring about getting the effect that they want. So let's see what comes through the cards. We'll see who this person is. Their energy is off. They're acting, maybe they can't, like, maybe they were acting so fake. And now, something just fell off the table. Give me 1 second. Oh, 2 things just fell off the table. Great. Great. At least none of them broke. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully that stays. Have to be careful not to move the table because then stuff falls. Anyways. So yeah, if you've got somebody that, okay, so there's 2 different jar spells that I'll explain really quick that are extremely common, by the way. So the jar spell, that's the honey jar. I was talking about that briefly. Okay. The honey jar spell, what its intention is to do is to sweeten the energy between you and whoever has made the jar, okay? So let's say somebody is targeting you, they write your name on a piece of paper, or they have a picture of you, whatever they're using. This is all hypothetical. And they put your name in the jar, speak whatever weird words they're going to say, and then they put honey in it. The honey acts, because the honey is one of nature's sweetest things, like besides sugar cane, I think. The honey acts as not only a binding agent, because when you put, you know how sticky honey is, but it also is very sweet. So the energies of that, what it's supposed to do is sweeten things up between, maybe they write just your name down, or maybe they write down your name and their name. Now, when a sweetening jar runs off, or like the energy, because spells don't last forever, just to let you know. When a sweetener spell ends up running out, somebody could just turn really sour. But then there's also a sour jar. So for people who are already really sour, witches will do what's called a sour jar. And when they're doing the sour jar, they're basically putting like a lemon or maybe a lime, vinegar, something that's very sour, in a jar with your name, probably not their name, but they're wanting to sour you to a person, sour you to a situation, right? Either way, it's manipulation. What I get is that this person's magic is not magicking, and they're hella pissed about that. So we're going to see what comes out with the tarot. 10 of Pentacles, and it doesn't have to be for each and every one of you. Obviously, we need to be using our discernment, because not everybody is going to have somebody that was doing a sour jar or a sweetener jar. But if you're having experiences where people are usually nice to you, then you go into the same places like the grocery store, your job, etc., and somebody is being all sour, or vice versa, they start being really sweet. I would just be suspicious of that and just pay attention to the energy. You're going to be able to sense when somebody's energy is off. The first card that I just pulled is the 10 of Pentacles. So this could be about, the 10 of Pentacles to me. So the 10 cards in tarot represent not like a conclusion, but a completion. So this could be talking about inheritance, a gift, a large sum of money. This also can be talking about, I look on the 10 of Pentacles card and I see dogs, I see kids, I see community. I mean, this is like a very old school type of community. Obviously, the buildings are and stuff, but I see community, I see country, I see like, wow, there's actually a person I've never noticed before. I thought they were part of the wall. Interesting. Yeah, old people, young people, animals, and people that have stuff in common. So the 10 of Pentacles is like having a community, having people that are for you, that type of thing. It's also about, investing in the stock market. So yeah, it also talks about why was I just about to say maternity? Maybe somebody's pregnant. But material success, security achieved through regular wealth building methods, okay? And then buying real estate. So this could be, maybe somebody was trying to, change the way that you feel about where you live, your community, and who you're serving. Okay, what do we need to know about this situation? Knight of Pentacles. Is the Knight of Pentacles the collective? No. Okay, so you do have a Knight of Pentacles that thinks that they can earn the same that you earn. This is why I was thinking, like, is this a workplace situation? They believe this Knight of Pentacles does not have to be a male. The Knight cards could be a female or a male, okay? Like actually any of the cards, really. So I would take the gender out of tarot, because everybody, can the spells last if a witch keeps adding honey to the jar? Possibly, but they'd have to dig the jar back up. You know what I mean? Which for after a certain amount of time, I'm thinking that the jar probably disintegrates. But Yes, actually, I do get that that is true, that they can, if they keep adding stuff to it, but once they open it, see, this is what I don't, this is what I feel like. Once they open the jar, it kind of releases the spell. So these witches that go back and they dig the jar up and they add shit to it, it's almost like it'd be better for them to just start all over again. But also, they shouldn't be, I hope witches know this. They shouldn't be doing more than one spell on somebody at a time. They need to like have a journal and keep track of what they're doing. Because if something backfires on them, if they don't have track, if they can't remember what they've done, then how are they going to even fix it? Like it can even be fixed. Once it goes too far, it can't really be fixed. But I mean, God can fix it, but a person, once they've, like I said, we can always, we think we can control the way the energy is sent out, but we don't control the way it comes back. So who is this Knight of Pentacles to the collective? This person is very ungrounded. Okay, so when people would come into the metaphysical store, we would read their chakras, and then based off of what their chakras were doing at the time, we would find the best crystal for their situation. When I look at this person's chakras, and our chakras are, we have 7 main chakras and then we have other chakras, but the 7 main ones are what causes the body to keep functioning. When I look at this person's chakra, their root chakra is completely blown out. So they do not feel safe about something. This person could feel like they work harder than you. They work smarter than you. Maybe they, and again, if you've taken a break from some type of work, this person is definitely somebody that wants to step up and take your position, or they want, yeah, they want something that you have. This person could also be like thinking that because they serve, you know, whatever they do and with their job, I get that you're higher rank than them. This person, it says on the card realistic and down to earth, but I don't get that about this person at all. The only thing that I get is that they're very hardworking, but they're not working on making themselves a success. They're working on tearing down other people's success. 10 of Swords. Like, seriously, 10 of Swords? That's probably the worst card ever in the entire deck. So this person is walking into a trap. They really are. They're thinking like a victim. I would be very, you know, some people, when they want money out of somebody, they'll do a sweetener jar on them, or they'll do some type of stupid thing to them. Or if they need money to get out of jail or whatever, you know, they'll start manipulating the energy. That's what I'm getting, is that somebody may want money from you, or they may want you to get a mortgage on your house or whatever. Some of you guys don't even live in houses. But this person wants you to like go out of your way to give them resources. And they feel like they're worthy and deserving of your resources, which they're not. This person's plans and projects are in jeopardy because they were trying to involve you and your home and where you're headed. Why would somebody take small articles from another person instead of just taking their money? If they're wanting to do spell work on somebody, they're going to take items that belong to that person, like clothing, jewelry, shit, anything that's got your DNA on it, like a hair tie, a cup. Well, I guess it would be like an unwashed cup. But yeah, what they're looking for is they want something that's got your DNA on it so that they can connect this magic to directly to your DNA. Even with that being so, I will tell you this. I literally let somebody who is a witch, who's friends with witches, cut my hair because I didn't know about that. It makes me wonder if all the stuff I've been through is so that I could just tell you guys about it. But yeah, I would not be going to any hairdressers. I don't trust people to cut my hair. Anyways, she saved my hair. And so there will be times where I get the worst migraines and I can't get them to go away until I clear the witchcraft that comes directly from that person. 6 of Cups. I mean, drinking Gatorade and taking headache pills will help, but it's like if I want to get to the root, the core root of it, I have to clear the witchcraft that was put into motion. The Six of Cups is not a bad card. It talks about, friendship, happiness, talks about pleasant memories from the past, and it also talks about children. So you guys could be protectors of the children in your community, which in this day and age, yeah, our children need to be protected. If I was a parent, which I'm not, but if I was, I would definitely have my kid take a self-defense class. And there are a whole bunch of non-lethal things you can carry on you. I don't know how much a school would let you carry, but I'm sure you could carry pepper spray because that's like a necessity if you're walking to and from school. But just in case like a dog were to come run after you, or a bear or a person, you'd want to have that. You'd want them to know how to use it and to be aware. But this is telling me that something from your community and past brings you a lot of happiness. Yeah, you guys could be healing from a lot of emotional grief and loss. Maybe you were feeling like somebody was stealing your success. I don't think it's possible to steal the success of another person or their destiny, but that is not going to stop the world from trying. So what does the Knight of Pentacles want from the collective? Can we get clarity on that? Two of Cups. They probably want a relationship with you. If that's why they're doing a love spell, a sweetener spell is definitely some type of love magic. See, what that does is it messes with people's free will. When I look at the Two of Cups, I do see a twin flame soulmate type union, but I also see a contract with the divine. So maybe for some of you, this is somebody that wants to date you because they want to have access to your money. And for some of you, this is somebody that wants to stop you from fulfilling you've already done whatever this is to fulfill your divine life purpose. You're already in it. So I'm wondering why this person is even bothering with this stuff. You could be making new connections in business. I would leave this person behind. If you can leave them behind, I would leave them behind. Because when it comes to your business, you just do something better. You have integrity. This other person does not have integrity. Five of Swords, confirmation. They're always putting themselves first, which means they're going to put themselves first before any company, before any project, and before anybody else. And that's not somebody if this is somebody you were dating that wants to have kids, no. You don't want to have kids with somebody that's going to put themselves before the children. And again, we understand the premise of, yes, we have to put on that oxygen mask on us so we can put it on the child. But this is like somebody putting their self-interest before a child's interest, like in multiple different ways. That is just unnecessary. And then it also talks about possible illegal crimes, at least in the spirit is what I'm picking up. But this person could be doing something illegal in the physical realm. Okay, what else do we need to know about them? Because I feel like you being tipped off that this person is trying to work some type of, I don't know where jar spells comes from, but if it's whatever, but they're trying to work some type of hoodoo, voodoo, juju, whatever, to win your favor. If they can't win your favor, then they want everyone to be sour to you. And you're dealing with somebody who probably can't handle rejection. Yes, people can do gay spells, absolutely. Do they work? In my opinion, I don't think you can turn somebody gay with witchcraft, but these people, I wouldn't put it past them to try. Three of Swords. This Knight of Pentacles is trying to recover from a relationship that they just got dumped out of. Like they just literally got dumped, probably because they behave like this. So whatever they're doing. Also, this person could be trying to work with multiple love deities, and these deities are turning them down. Yeah, I don't trust this person. That's why I feel like, well, I'm always going to feel, more loving towards my collective because I can understand your guys' energy, but these people that are just, and they're capable of inflicting hurt and they're harmful and toxic, I just don't ever really understand them. Yeah, mistakes are made. Accept blame for these people need to take accountability. The reason that things are not going good for them is because they didn't know who they were messing with. And they could have done this sweetener, sour spell, whatever, to 200 different people, but then all of a sudden they did it to you and now they're getting caught up. And not only that, people are walking away from this Knight of Pentacles. Nobody wants to be with this person. I get that there's so many different things that are a turn off that would turn me off personally. See, I know, and I'm the type of person that I have a type, but like I don't have a preference. I'll date outside of my race if I find somebody that's got a good spirit, you know. This person is dead set on you because you fit their type in their mind. Like that's what you are. Okay? So you could be like, "Oh, I'm a tomboy. I'm not attracted." No, this person feels like you are their type of person. But you guys would have nothing in common because this person they don't believe in God and they use manipulation, and you do believe in God and you don't really need to do manipulation. This is why I always say, like, it's always the desperate people that have no faith, that has no connection, no spiritual connection, that are doing these really karmic things, because if they had a connection, they would have some guidance, you know. I'm sure that there's like, you know, Jiminy Cricket, that little voice inside this person's head being like, hey, you should probably not do that. This is not going to work. It's going to work against you rather than for you. So if you have somebody coming to you with a sob story of, oh, so-and-so broke up with me, they left me for another person, I wouldn't believe any of it. I've had, through my lifetime, I've had a lot of people who said that they were my friend straight up lie to me about a relationship to try to get me to use my abilities to attack someone. And I just don't. I've learned my lesson now that people are liars and you can't trust them all. And that even if you know that person's supposed to be your friend, you still got to check what they're saying before you take any action. And I used to be somebody that would go hard for my friends and do anything for them, but they would never ever return that energy back. And so I learned to love myself. This person has not figured out how to love themselves yet. So they're hoping you can help them out with that because they feel like they're not enough. They've got a major self-worth issue with their solar plexus. Their root chakra is out. This person's like in a downward spiral. And you just don't need to be attached to their energy. The Emperor, I pray that whatever this jar work is, or anything else, that it's destroyed. The Emperor. Forget the fact that this person looks old. You guys are already standing in your masculine energy, which means you've probably had to defend yourself. You also have a loving relationship between you and God going. You have something already working out. And this person, they're like, well, how do I get to that level? How do I get over there? What can I do? What can I, you know, how can I bleed, what is it? Getting blood out of a turnip, something like that. How can I squeeze blood out of a turnip? That's what it is. And if you don't know what that is, it's like they're trying to get something out of nothing. Like this person has not put in anything good. Why would they haven't sown good seeds. They've sown stupid jars. They didn't plant seeds. They can go back to wherever they buried that jar and it's not going to be no plants growing there, literally, because they buried a jar, not a seed. So as far as this person getting into your energy, I feel like with this jar stuff being broken, they really have no hope. Three of Wands is what just came out. This is showing me that you guys have already established a new way in life. You've created a new way. Okay, I just heard spirit guides talking about that. You have a new business idea, a new goal or a project that you have been working on or thinking about. I also get that, you know, for every amount of time that you have had to be delayed because of this person, you're about to be like pushed through. You're about to be put on a path of ascension. Because this person is trying to delay your forward movement. They're also waiting to see if you're single or if you'll reveal that. This person's so disgusting. Two of Swords. This person's not ready for a relationship. Their heart is completely blocked and closed off. And not only that, you're not going to be somebody's rebound. I think that you guys know what real love is and you know what spell work love is. I'm good. How are you guys doing? That's what I get. Yeah, you know what spell work feels like, and you know what real love feels like. Empress. So look, when it comes to this new business venture, this new idea that you have balanced feminine and masculine energies, which means you're going to be able to create something that's long lasting. And just like everything else in life, whatever we create, we have to grow. So this person, they could be going through a breakup. I don't think that you should be the one having to sit around and listen to that. This person is the one that made the mistakes in the relationship, at least most of them. Most of the mistakes. What else do we need to know? Also, this person has bad luck. They're like walking bad luck, okay? And then everywhere they go, they've got bad luck. Is walking under a ladder bad? I would say it's probably not safe. I personally do not like ladders. I don't trust them. I do not like heights either. But it's a superstitious thing. But like opening an umbrella inside, that's not going to hurt anybody. Walking under a ladder, I wouldn't do it. Breaking a mirror, if you can help it. I think when mirrors get broken, it's not on purpose. But yeah, I do believe in the bad luck thing coming from mirrors because of what mirrors do. But yeah, I just wouldn't walk under a ladder. This person's got bad luck because of themselves, though. They're not doing anything that's like... This card tried to come out earlier, and I put it back in, and then it just flew out again. We have the Chariot. The Chariot represents the police. Is it the police this time? Yes. So basically, the police could be blocking somebody from trying to enter into your life. Interesting. Well, at least the police are on your side this time. What else do we need to know? The police could also be telling this person that they need to move or move out or go. They got to go. They got to go. And they're like, this person's wanting to like, maybe I can date so-and-so and live on their couch. No, we're not accepting bums. And it's not like this person, like you could have literally had a job with this person. Queen of Wands. Yeah. This is the other person in the relationship that they were in that's dumped them. This Queen of Wands could be getting a restraining order against this Knight of Pentacles. What does that have to do with the collective? I feel like these people, both of these people were obsessed with you. That's what it has to do, is that when the magic didn't work, it made them obsessed instead of you obsessed. So I would just be aware that there's some people out there, okay? The Queen of Wands, we're not stereotyping people with black cats being witches, but this person is a witch. And they could be doing sweetening jars, trying to sweeten. I mean, these people are literally playing with fire. This Queen of Wands will never be the Empress. This is why the Knight of Pentacles wants the Empress and wants to be in this position of the Emperor, because those are the highest ranking female and masculine cards in the deck. But these people are wannabes. They're fakes, and I don't care what their numbers are now. These people, like their numbers as far as if they have a platform or if they have readings or if they do whatever, I don't care. Their numbers do not reflect. The numbers of the world of today do not reflect what they should. We see all of these disgusting, perverted, twisted, freaky people who should not be accessible to the public, a lot of them have access that they shouldn't have, okay? And when evil still runs the world, it's like, what are you going to do? Keep doing you, because whatever you're doing is making the world a better place. These people want a seat at your table. They want to be a part of the divine life purpose that you have. They could even want, if you have a spouse, they could even want that person. These people are not going to get anywhere near anything that you actually have. Okay, what else do we need to know? I get that you're not going to have, if you were having to work really hard to get things moving, okay, let me just do an unblocking, because this Queen of Wands has tried to cross up your pathways. So give me 1 second. I'm going to clear the energy that's here. Okay, and then establish the belief within you that there is nobody, no person on the outside of you that has the power to block you. No one. Or cross you up. Or shut you up. Why does this Queen of Wands hate the collective so much? Besides the fact of jealousy, like we already know that that's part of it. Because of the work that you do, because you get to make money from your work. I'm not kidding. This something about this has to do with you working. But you could be working like on building a company, on building a product, on making something that's like long lasting. And this person is like, why am I not able to get energy and get money off of this other person? Yeah, lack of knowledge. When it looks like to me that what you're doing, you're learning a new trade, you're doing something different, and you actually have something to offer the world. These people don't have anything to offer anybody but sorrow and pain. So I guess you'll always have somebody that's against you, but these people are insignificant in the bigger picture. Okay, what else do we need to know? I would be saying, Spirit team, whoever Astraea is talking about, handle them. Handle this situation. These people are like, it's unfair, it's unfair, it's not fair. They're having to divide their property between two people. And this Knight of Pentacles knows they're dealing with a witch, okay? Four of Pentacles. This is why. When I ask why are these people hating you so bad, like so bad, it's because you possess abilities that money can't buy. And you use those abilities to make money, which you should be. It's you doing the work. These people are not going to do the work. If they had your ability, see, these are lazy ass people that have to work really hard for anything. You're not like that. You don't have to work that hard. All you do is apply yourself, and then spirit does the rest. That's called being divinely guided. That's called being in your righteous place, the place that you're meant to be, doing the thing you're meant to be. This Chariot energy does not take either of these two people serious, not the Queen of Wands and not the Knight of Pentacles. So they're like, okay, dealing with this couple again. Maybe they get frequent calls about these two people. But it's clear for everyone to see who the actual problem is. It's this Queen of Wands. So I know that I've asked this many times, Holy Spirit, but is there anything that can be done permanently so that the Queen of Wands is not continue to block and delay? Like, there's got to be something that can be done here. What can the collective do that's not going to break free will and not going to go against the universe to get rid of this energy? Is there any type of cleansing technique? No, not cleansing. Then what is it? Well, other than cleansing, what would somebody do? Would disconnecting and not talking to this person and blocking them on all social media accounts, would that work? I'm getting yes and no, so there's something else. Does protection work need to be done? Yes. Okay, so so you know how cleansing is one type of work, right? Where you would take like a spiritual bath, hopefully put Florida water cologne in it, salts, bless the salts, pray Psalm 91 over it. That would be cleansing, okay? Smudging, using sage and Palo Santo, that would be cleansing. What I'm getting is that you need to start protecting your energy and protecting your work and protecting your, if you've got a platform, whatever this is that you have. And the protection could be you saying Psalm 91 is a great psalm for protection. Psalm 23 is also really good. It's good for abundance and it's good for protection. But what I'm getting is that in your life, you guys have not had a whole lot of people that actually were a real threat to you because you guys are so high vibrational. So when you have this person coming in, wanting to play in your face and be your friend and whatever other nonsense so that they can stab you in the back, this is why these people are in the Ten of Swords, feeling like they can't recover. They probably won't be able to recover. So you protecting yourself. So what does protection look like? We talked about prayer, but prayer can be used to cleanse and protect. Yeah, see, the one thing why I used to do return to senders, but now I don't. I just literally, I bind it up and I cast it into the pits of hell, whatever the work is, and I clear it by connecting with God. So it's not actually me clearing it, it's God clearing it. But yeah, the reason I don't do return to senders anymore is because even though they are the ones that sent it out, if I send it back to them and it hits them and it hurts them, then I have blood on my hands. And so if you don't engage in their spiritual warfare, then you're not going to have to keep fighting them. But and this is what these people want. They try to put protection on the spells that they do so that it can't be returned. Ridiculous. These people are getting a taste of their own medicine. They wanted you caught up with the police, you stripped of everything, and now they're getting caught up. I also get that, these people have done something with magic, and I don't know what it is, but to alter their DNA. If you have a lot of gnats or any type of insect berating you in your home, it's this Queen of Wands energy. So when you sense that somebody's energy is off, it's because you're picking up on what's going on in the background, the things that people don't see. This witch has tried to, I'm not even kidding, they've tried to light candles on you. For what reason? God. Lighting candles on you. This person has actually burnt themselves trying to light a candle on you. I also get that your ancestors and spirit guides, these people burn these candles and they keep going out. If you're doing candle magic and your candle continues to go out, that's a sign. It could mean one of two things. One, it could mean that you shouldn't be doing that work on someone because something comes along and puts the candle out. Or two, it means that even if it's only been burning for 5 seconds, it could mean that enough energy has gone towards whatever subject, and so you don't need to burn it anymore. But of course, that's why reading the candle is important when you do any type of working. But yeah, this person is an idiot. They keep burning themselves. They keep getting graveyard dirt on themselves. Like, this person's so sloppy. No wonder. And they don't clean their house. This Queen of Wands person does not clean their house. They've got some like infested, nasty bug infestation going on. Like, whatever they're doing, it's not working correctly. Your spiritual team is actually fighting them back. So that's why I was saying, giving, I give God, the divine realm, my spiritual team, my higher self permission at all times to intervene on my behalf and to do whatever needs to be done with all situations. Saying something general like that. And then ask for a sign. I'm also getting that this person, the inside of their house is disgusting and the outside of their house is also repulsive. Like, this person keeps burying so many jars in the ground that all the plant life is dying. And maybe they live in an apartment or something like that, but stupidness. So witches, they usually like to put targets on people. Is what can the collective do to protect themselves and protect their energy? Yeah, limit interaction with these people, first of all. Block them on all social media. Start praying. Making sure that you're staying grounded by going outside, going for walks, paying attention. Like, literally, if you have plants that keep dying and that, and this is like, let's say you have a plant, you plant it outside, or you've got an inside plant and it just keeps dying for no reason. You can't get it to grow worth shit. That's when I would be starting to look at, this is why people having money tree plants. See, in Vassago tarot card spreads and spells, it tells you how to get a money tree plant, and the first spell that's in there is a money spell that puts you into your destiny. And then you watch that plant, and if that plant grows and stays alive, then whatever you've invested in financially will grow and stay alive. If it just randomly starts dying, and of course you do have to know how to take care of the plant, how much water to give it and when, but if you read on the internet, it's always got instructions. If you read or you ask somebody about it, and then you make sure you put it in a place that's got sunlight. Or if you were to have a pet pass away and not really have an explanation as to why. Those are all signs. Plants dying, animals passing, those are signs of witchcraft. So when it comes to protection, yeah, if you've got a cat, that's if your cat keeps bringing you gifts like dead mice, dead whatever, whatever else. Yeah, I would read into whatever animal they're bringing you. If they get a rat and they rip its throat out and bring it to you, that means that somebody was a rat. If they get the cat that I had, God rest his sweet soul, he when he was alive, he brought me a bat one time, which was like a vampiric energy, and that's what I'm thinking in my mind, what it represents. He brought me a snake, and all with the throat ripped out. He was just notorious for ripping out the throat. He brought me a muskrat. Thing was like freaking that big. He brought me birds, rats. Why, people will say, oh, if you've got a rat infestation, get a snake. No, get a snake if you want a snake. But I will tell you this, a snake can only eat once a week. Okay. And a snake cannot eat anything that's bigger than the circumference of its body, of the thickest part of its body. So if you look at a snake and the snake is this thin, what type of rodent is it going to be able to eat? You're going to have to, it would have to be really small mice. Plus it can only eat one a week. If you get a cat and you have an infestation of rodents, that cat will get mouse after mouse after mouse and things like that. I'm just a lover of cats. I love snakes too, so I'm not telling anybody not to get a snake, but I would just be paying attention to the vegetation in your home and around your home. I would be paying attention to the insects. If you've got that going on, make sure you're having your place sprayed, because there's just different signs. I've written the signs down, and there's like literally I have probably over 120, maybe 121 different signs of things that could happen if you're under spiritual warfare, of signs, so asking for a sign. And if you have issues that you can't get to go away, that's also a sign, because I get that you've had the signs. Like, you've had certain experiences that would indicate that somebody's sending energy to you. You just thought that they were regular occurrences. Like, oh, I've got a bunch of ants, or, oh, you know, I've got to make sure I keep my food sealed, that type of thing, which is normal, right? But if they keep coming back, that's something that needs to be addressed. If you have random, and I'm not a doctor, so like the best thing you can do is if you have any physical symptoms like migraines, stomach aches, whatever it is go to the doctor, get checked out. That way you can have peace of mind knowing that, okay, if you've gone to the doctor and they can't diagnose your symptoms, I would be like, ask the doctor if you're on medications, ask the doctor if there's side effects to the medications. Sometimes doctors will take the meds that you're on, you'll tell them the symptom that they're having, and then the doctor or the nurse, and I'm not dissing them for this, but this is ignorant as shit. They don't even look up to see if the symptoms that you're having are a side effect of that medication. Like they should, right? But I would literally be like, hey, doc, can you just double check that this is not like what I'm going through is not a side effect of medication that I'm taking. So if you find out that it's not side effects of medication that you're taking, if you find out that there is nothing can be diagnosed off of your symptoms, okay, then I would be going to finding a spiritual solution and knowing that for anything to exist in the physical, it's going to happen in the spiritual. As above, so below. So knowing that, and as within, so without, knowing that yeah, if it comes back as like, oh, we can't find anything at all, instead of just going like, okay, well, they didn't find anything and continuing to suffer, then I would start looking for spiritual remedies. Okay. And that could be you going through your house and cleaning. Sometimes we just need to clean our environment, feng shui it, get the energy moving in the house correctly. Sometimes after going to the doctor, if they don't come back with anything, looking to see if it's karma. Like, this is why I feel like going to readers is good, but you've got to be able to go to a reader that can actually read people. Let's see. Or getting out your own tarot deck, getting Vassago tarot card spreads and spells and pulling cards on yourself. That'll at least get you moving in the right direction to finding an answer. And then going within yourself, asking your family members, hey, did you ever struggle from this, and this? Some things are genetic, but even those genetic things can be cleared. It's just, finding out about that. So this is what I'm getting, is that this Queen of Wands is trying to hide a bunch of different things in the spell work that they do. And this Queen of Wands has done spell work on you in front of the Knight of Pentacles. These people were both collaborating together. What was their focus? Their focus was to stop you from working and to stop you from getting money, which is really, really, really ridiculous. Like, you don't even have to do anything about them doing that because God's protecting you. But I feel like you taking measures into your own hands to protect yourself, and that's just for anybody. Like, I don't know if y'all saw the guy that got hit by the buffalo. Have you guys seen that? I think the whole world has seen it. Most of everybody. Anyways, this guy, older guy, was at one of the parks, and there's a video of it. I can't even believe they caught this shit on video. This buffalo, who knows how far away it really was from the guy, but it's at a national park. Like, obviously there's going to be wildlife there. I've never had anything charge at me like that. It charged at this old man, hit this guy, and he went up into the air and like did a freaking flip and fell. And oh, thank God that he's okay. But now people are going, well, we need to go kill that buffalo. This is what people are saying online. Okay, I completely disagree with that. If they go into that park and they find a buffalo, how are they going to know that that was the buffalo that hit the guy? I think that buffalo charging him, that buffalo felt threatened for whatever reason. And it was within its own parameters called national park. So like, I don't see a problem. I mean, obviously we don't want anyone to get hurt, but I don't think we should be trying to hunt the buffalo down and and KILL it. I don't think that's appropriate. The way that people are reacting to that video of go get a gun and go shoot that thing down, how, if you come across a group of buffaloes, how are you going to know which one did it? You know what I'm saying? And then why would you be dumb enough to go hunt, to go search down the thing that, ran that guy, like literally, he didn't even just run him over, bumped him, and he went into the air. Crazy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like the wings. But yeah, I think that people are insane. Now, same thing with alligators. If an alligator bites the hand off of somebody, unless that alligator has very distinct features, how are you going to, if you're going into the swamp to try to get revenge, how are you going to know which alligator to get? This is just like ridiculous. What I say is that if you go to a national park or you go anywhere in nature, take bear spray with you just in case a bear were to come up on you, or just in case a buffalo were to try to run at you. And then if you see a wild animal, get out of there. Like, because moose, I've seen a moose in real life, and they're a lot bigger than any other depiction of them. Okay, they're terrifying. They're huge. Every time I've ran into a wild animal, it's like we make eye contact and there's some type of agreement. Like, I'm not going to mess with you and you don't mess with me. But, that he could have just been too close to, I don't know if buffaloes defend their herd or what, but he's not wanting revenge. It's all the people online that are acting all crazy about it. So anyways, I don't think anything's going to be done about that buffalo. It is what it is. People just need to be aware that when they're going into national parks, there's going to be wildlife. Like, I would expect people to know there's going to be bears, wolves, and things like that at different seasons. Raccoons, maybe. It's like blatantly obvious, which is the same type of energy that these people have. It's blatantly obvious that, if an animal feels threatened, that it's going to try to defend itself. I think there's so many videos out there of people saving animals where the animal's like trapped or something like that, and it's got an injury, and the animal's like, okay, I'll let you save me. There's so many videos of that I think people just think they can get close to wild animals now. And I would literally keep your distance. I wouldn't just immediately run away, but make sure you have bear spray on you. So if it does charge you, you can spray it to deter the thing off of you, to give you a chance to run away. 7 of Cups. See, this Queen of Wands is being delusional. They're stuck in their shadow side. They can't balance their shadow, which is very dangerous when people don't ever do any healing. And this is why I feel like the people that demonize everything and are just, and I love Jesus, but they're just calling on the name of Jesus, wanting Jesus to do everything. They're being delusional in that sense, that they are the ones creating their own problem. They should deal with it. I mean, shit, Jesus already died on the cross. He did as much as he needed to do for us. These people are like, I hope that Christ doesn't find out. This is the things that they're thinking. This Queen of Wands is thinking, I hope that so-and-so doesn't find out. I hope that, and it's always like, I hope. They really do not understand how intuitive you are. Like, this is what I'm saying. They want your gifts, but they don't understand how they would work, and they wouldn't know how to use these abilities. This is why they were not given to them. I also get that this Queen of Wands desperately wants to do what you do, but she only wants to take on your energy so that she can be attracted to this Knight of Pentacles. Because the Knight of Pentacles seems interested in you. The Queen of Wands is obsessed, wishing for something to happen so that they can become the person that this other loser wants. You don't want anything to do with these people. And all of their wishes are going unanswered because they don't have the power to grant wishes like a freaking genie, And genies are not going to be granting wishes against the chosen people. They won't even listen to that stuff. And they're very mischievous anyways. That's not me being judgmental. That's just my discernment. They're not liars, but they're mischievous. So what do we need to know about these jars? These jars are not even working. Not anymore. I think that this person has their magic stripped. Their judgment is extremely clouded and they're misinterpreting reality. Maybe this Knight of Pentacles has said to the Queen of Wands that they're going to come work for you or work with you or something like that. And you don't even have any idea about this person saying that. The Fool. Yeah, you're just unaware. This Queen of Wands was unaware. They're unaware that they're not the boss. They're not the one that gets to call the shots. Not in the spirit and not in the physical. This person does not outrank you. I would call for judgment on them. I would say whoever Astraea is talking about in the reading, the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, God, call for judgment. And when you're giving it to God, that's not us judging these people, because literally, it would take me forever. Ain't nobody got time for that. And it's not my job to judge people. It's just my job to use my discernment and literally relay what's going on to the divine so that something can be done about it. Because the divine's like waiting for you to do something to protect yourself, but you haven't been completely aware that people have been trying to wear down your energetic field or find an opening, crack you. That's like trying to get through a crack, they're trying to get into your energy. And so if you just start randomly praying, Psalm 91, Psalm 23, just you speaking with God within yourself, inside prayer, outside prayer, and that's within your mind, right? And then outside of your mind, if you just randomly start doing that, because this person randomly does magic, every time that they hear a little bit of gossip or they look you up on social media or they whatever, see you at your job, they get a feeling inside them that makes them feel like they need to go do more spells. And spells are not going to help this person get what they want, okay? I'm going to just shorten the message for everybody. Spell work is not going to get these people what they want. I'm also hearing that I'm just hearing laughter. It's like these people are being laughed at. Wow. Okay. What else do we need to know? What does the collective need to know about protecting themselves? Because, like, I'm trying to think of other ways to protect yourself when it comes to spiritually. Because obviously you can get bear spray. That will deter people. That will deter bears and other animals, okay? I saw this one video. It was one of the shorts. And dude, it was like a pack of dogs freaking chasing the mailman. Just totally like almost like Charlie Brown. Like it could have been a cartoon, but it wasn't. It was real life. And I was like, oh my God, this poor mailman. They're probably like, my job is hell. They had this like whole pack of dogs. I'm like, what is going on here? Whose dogs are those? This person is wanting to gang up on you, just like that video was playing in my mind. They wanted to gang up on you, but with spirits. And these spirits are not doing what they've been told to do. They're laughing at these people. Okay. So yeah, I'm wanting to know, God, what's the other thing that we can do to protect our energy, to protect our finances, our career, our life, our livelihood? What do we need to do? Prayer, cleanliness is so close to godliness. That is actually true. Demons don't like to stay in places that are clean. Because this is like very low vibrational, stupid magic. It's causing an interference with you having delays. That's the only thing I'm really seeing that is coming of these people doing this magic, is that every time they keep burying some stupid, and I hate people that curse the earth, that bury curses into our beautiful planet. I hate that. I think that that's like should be that should be a commandment. Thou shalt not bury cursed jars into the earth. Thou shalt not curse the earth. But anyways, King of Swords, the ultimate judge. So these people are being judged for their foolish behavior. And they're in the Nine of Swords. They can't get out of bed. Maybe this is why they have so much time on their hands to watch you all the time. This Queen of Wands could have also been fired. And no, I don't have no babe. I don't have children. Why would I have the print of an animal's foot or a baby's foot when I don't have animals or children? Okay. Ridiculous. Nobody needs to even know about shit like that. Nine of Wands. These people feel wounded. They're the ones that attacked you. How are they the ones that are wounded? Like, make it make sense. What is a counter magic spell? So a counter spell is like when somebody sends a spell to you, you put out a counter spell so that if they send something to you, that this other spell deals with what's sent. So yes, counter spell could be something, a protection spell. I mean, to me, what I would consider a spell would probably just be a manifestation technique. These people are like into chanting and drumming and all this other weird shit. I would just be calling upon the archangels probably, and maybe putting something into motion. So can we do that now? Actually, let's call upon the archangels. I mean, I already feel them here, but specifically Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, Ariel. When it comes to this situation for the collective, can we do something to put the energy out there so that when this person tries to do their spell work, it just, you know, however it needs to be handled. I don't want to say return to sender. I don't want to say whatever, but let's bind it up, cast it into the pits of hell where that stupid shit belongs. That type of thing. Yes, the archangels will keep an eye out. I'm also getting that this King of Swords is literally bringing the hammer down on someone. Like, well, not literally, but metaphorically, you know, if they were a judge, with their little hammer. That's what I'm getting. This King of Swords is very displeased with the progress of these people. They were supposed to, I think that they've been in court before. I think that they've had, you know, court cases before. This Queen of Wands is in trouble because she was trying to get you put in some type of confinement. And now it's her and the person that she doesn't even love this person. She put love magic on them, but whatever. Person that she thinks that she loves, this Knight of Pentacles. These people are throwing rocks, hiding their hand, and crying wolf. Total deception. So what do we need to know? So that, yeah, they need to prepare to fight the divine realm. I'm serious. Because they're not going to be able to get away with delaying you anymore. Delaying your success, delaying your, you know, it's giving they're cursing. That's giving that it's spell work. So if there can be an archangel counter spell that counteracts this stuff, let's do that so that it puts an end to it. Because I'm so sick of looking at these situations. This Queen of Wands can't get out of bed. They're literally like going, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Well, first of all, it's not working because this person is stupid enough to try to attack a judge. Judges are Freemasons. They do their own amount of witchcraft. This country, if you're in the USA, was built by Freemasons. Okay? Freemasons have ran the world forever. And not only that, they have these rituals that they do that when they get in a position of power, they do rituals. Like, not with, like, let's say this person's a judge. If they're a judge, their Freemason group has done rituals for them / with them, okay, to protect them from stupid ass people like this. So this is why I feel like they're not going to be able to sway a judge. This Queen of Wands is so mad that they can't get under your skin and that they can't cause you to suffer. And now we have Archangel Michael showing up. Temperance. You're using temperance. You're not talking to this person anymore. They can't entrap you because you don't speak to them. This person thinks that they can do witchcraft to become an empress. You can only evolve to become an empress. And also, this person thinks that you have no protection, that you have no ability to protect yourself. This person's praying that you don't pray, which is crazy. Does the trident of truth really exist? It could in like Hindu mythology. In Hindu mythology, Shiva's got a trident. I think Durga's got a trident. Yeah, I do believe in relics. I do believe that they exist. I don't believe in the Holy Grail because that wasn't added until medieval period. Neither was the Last Supper. And not only that, in the ancient Middle East, tables didn't exist. That's a medieval thing. When people could create chairs and tables, that's a medieval concept. Okay, so these people are wounded. Wow, what was that? King of Cups. I was going to go to shuffle, and then this one just fell out. So it looks like you're the one, maybe you have a lawyer. You're the one that's got wise guidance. You have access to somebody who's got wise guidance, and Archangel Michael is protecting like your lawyer or whoever this family member or wise individual is. Yeah, Archangel Michael is protecting your connections so that this Queen of Wands witch person cannot destroy anything else. They've already delayed something. Now this person is about to be majorly delayed in their life. Whatever they thought that they were going to bring into manifestation, the universe is basically saying no. Ace of Wands. And for you, the universe is saying yes. So to continue to move forward. I also get that this is a perfect time to begin a new project. Personal power is at a high point. These people do not know the ramifications of what they're doing. Like they may just be stupid and they're pointless people. Like jealous, petty, envious, etc. But they don't understand that there will be something will come of this. Like that's not what they want. And they're not going to be able to separate you from the work that you do. They've already tried to do that. They've tried to replicate it. They've tried to do the same exact thing, and nobody wants to hear from them because they are bullshit people. The Hierophant. You outrank these people, by the way. You even outrank these Freemason Hierophant people. All these people are going to need to get a new career, except for the King of Swords. They all need new jobs. Why don't they just go do something that they're good at? Why do they feel like they have to do what you're doing? When life is not a competition. So, God, Holy Spirit, is there anything else that these people are going to do that we need to be concerned about or even aware of? What do we need to know? Praying specific prayers of protection, I feel like inviting in positive, focusing on positive, doing everything that you can to raise your vibration is what I'm getting. And then when you figure out that somebody is sending you energy, be like, archangels, I'm picking up that somebody's sending the energy again. They're doing it again. Can we address that? And you'll probably find out that the archangels are already working on it. I feel like the only reason that these people's energy will delay you is so that you learn how to defend yourself from this type of stuff. Because the next level that you get to, there will be other people that try to do, maybe similar things. We cancel and rebuke all moon magic, okay? And we ask that the divine intervene on all witchcraft that's being done against us and against our businesses, against our finances, against our stability, against our health, against our beauty. We ask that all of that be completely reversed. Yeah, getting a reversing candle is what I'm hearing. Page of Pentacles. These people have children. They have responsibilities. You're not their responsibility. These people could be crying because they're losing custody of their kids. I literally do not know how you attracted such bad people, but I feel like never again. Whatever it was, never do it again. I would not be making friends with people at the bar or even going to the bar. I would just stay away from certain situations. Ones that you know don't mean that people go there that are toxic. Six of Pentacles. Look, you're not going to be forced to make payments to these people. They're not going to be able to make money off of you. They're also not going to be able to steal from you. I feel like you are getting more power at your job, and not only that, you're being elevated. And you could be like, Astraea, I don't have a job. Well, if you're a painter, if you do something else, trust me, these people want that. They want the ability to create something that somebody would like. And all they have to do is go within themselves, but they keep looking outside of themselves. I also get that, yeah, giving to others is a good thing, because it means that when you give to others, that others are going to give to you. I don't feel like you're a charity case. I don't think you're doing anything illegal that these people can turn you in for. I don't think that anybody can even come up against you like that without having a serious consequence. Confirmation. Ace of Cups, because you are so loved, so beloved. Yeah, alcohol does put like holes in the aura, but you know, it's more, if you're somebody that drinks twice a year, okay, you're probably not going to get holes in your aura. But if you're somebody that drinks every day, you've probably got a lot of holes in your aura. That's just what I've seen with people. So these situations are frustrating, God. Like, what is it that we need to learn so that these situations just disappear? I'm getting that learning to trust in the divine, that not only the divine is going to tip you off, going to let you know through me, through my mouth telling you about it, through somebody else's mouth telling you about it, through a dream you have, through a sign you see, you're going to get confirmation of who these people are. And they could just pop up in your mind. When you get confirmation, cut all contact, cut off all contact, because if you give an inch to a witch, they're going to take a mile. If you even let somebody have your number, they're going to think that that's an open door. Oh, they let me have their number. That's an open door for me to do witchcraft on them. These people are literally frauds, and they're liars, and they go into the spiritual realm lying about a lot of stuff. Oh, I got it. Magician in the reverse. They're lying about all this black magic that they do. So what's the best thing that we can do as people, Holy Spirit, divine realm, archangels, to counteract the black magic? Or is there anything that we need to do? I mean, I know that now that we've invoked the archangels, that they'll probably take care of it. But as far as, because I always look at it from the aspect of, if this is happening, I've pulled this situation in with a thought or belief or whatever, or an unhealed injury or whatever. You know, I pulled this situation in where people are behaving like this. What can we do as people to not recreate that situation? Because I don't think you hiding away in the closet, being in hermit mode, is going to stop people from seeing you and getting jealous and wanting what you have. Okay. I don't think that that's going to do that. You can't just hide. You don't want to hide away your life. Right. And I don't want you to be afraid of people, whether they're witches or not. You don't need to fear that. Like, literally, I laugh at these people. That's why I was hearing laughing. The magician in the reverse talks about somebody being selfish and manipulative in a relentless pursuit of money. Their attempt to control and deceive others for finances. They don't recognize the opportunities when they see them. They lack clear thinking. That came out like twice for these people. They refuse to accept the reality of their situation. Yeah. They don't want to accept the reality of their situation, that there's nothing else that they can do. And they have no control over the bad luck that they're experiencing, but it'll eventually go away. I would say probably. And then indecision, anxiety, and distraction plague these people. So where they're weak at is their inability to look at themselves, okay? Now that the roads are being unblocked, what does the collective need to learn about this situation so that it doesn't manifest again? I don't want it to show up again. You being of sound mind is a very important thing. You know, if you have like gang stalkers or a lot of groups of people coming after you, that will die down. That will cease. That will cease to plague you. These people cannot focus on more than one thing. That's something that they have going on. They're also not concerned about the livelihoods of their children and everybody else that they've involved in all of this negative stuff. 10 of Wands. Their black magic is causing them major burdens because they have to continue to do it on people. And that's why I was picking up at the beginning that whatever this magic is, it's not working anymore. And so all the black magic that was being done, what do we do about that? Learning how to transmute it. If you burn it, like some of you may find getting a reversing candle. I've got that tagged in the products. Burning that. Getting a protection candle. I've also got that tagged in the products. Burning that. Praying. It's a combination of things is what it's going to be. Because once you find that something that works for you, you use a tool until you don't need it anymore. I get that love conquers all things. You loving yourself makes it so that this stuff doesn't take full effect. Okay, so there's no amount of black magic that's going to make God not love you. That's one thing you need to know. Also, putting trust and faith that the divine has a bigger plan and can see through all of this. Like, I know for a fact that anything that comes up in these readings, God already knows about. And so usually why I don't trip balls like other readers, when they pick up on this type of stuff, they freak out and they start screaming. I don't trip out because I know that if I know about it, God knows about it. You know, and not only that, angels know about it. What is there to freak out about? Yes, there's not much that we can do about what's already been done to us other than heal. By us healing, when these people go and try to put salt in a wound, when that wound's not there anymore, it's just like them trying to put salt on your skin. It just, rolls right off, doesn't do anything. So that's literally what I'm getting is like, heal from the wounds. Yes. Okay. So there's probably still thoughts and beliefs and wounds that you have about black magic being done on you. Same thing with me, because this is showing up on my table. So it's obviously something I have to look at again. Well, once you figure out what somebody's target was, then and if the target was just you, then that's really easy to figure out. Then you can start doing something about it. But I feel like you're going to receive dreams about it. You're going to receive insight about it. You're going to receive confirmation about it. And yeah, these people are not, they're wanting you to be like unaware when the confirmation that they're the ones that have been doing it comes in. So what they've been trying to do lately is like make it so that you can't see what's right in front of your face. And this is one reason why I do these readings, so that you guys figure out what's going on and find a combination of methods and tools that work. I will tell you this, there is nothing, if you're dealing with an energy or an entity that's not from this planet, there's not anything of this planet that's going to get rid of that. Some things you just have to go straight to the divine. And don't even try smudging. Like if you're dealing, let's say you're like, and I'm not saying you're dealing with a high level demon, but if you were, there's no sage that's going to get rid of that. There's no selenite. There's no crystal that's going to get rid of that. Okay. When it's something that's not of this world, that's like high ranking. Yeah. There's just not things of this world, at least not using it by itself. Now, if you were to put special prayers on it, maybe that would be different, but using it just as it is. Yeah. There, unfortunately, and if I ever come across something that does make demons flee type thing, I'll let you guys know. But I literally have used just about every metaphysical tool that's out there, and none of them have ever been able to get rid of high level demons. Okay, what else do we need to know? So what is this Queen of Wands person even working with? Do we need to know the type of magic that they're working? 10 of Cups. This is what they were working on. They didn't want you to have a happily ever after. They didn't want you to have a home. They wanted you to be broke and homeless and not be able to pay your bills. So for however many years you were on the bottom, that's how many years these people are going to suffer. Okay. And then remember in the story of Job, when God allows, and again, this is just a story, but when God allows the devil to destroy Job, causes him to lose all of his property, etc. God restores Job. So just know that you're in your restoration season. And these people think that bad luck and bad things will be happening to you forever. This is what doesn't make sense to me as a human, as a person. Okay. You guys, to the best of your ability, you guys treat other people how you would want to be treated to the best of your ability. These people, they don't care about that. And so for you to continue to do right by people and then have people that don't do right by you, I feel like there's an imbalance there that needs to be looked at. And that could be why Archangel Michael's coming in to moderate things. I'm also feeling something in the heart chakra, something very, very heavy. You could have been going through a depressing time, experiencing setbacks and not understanding why you were being denied for things, not understanding why things were not working out. And trust me, God's got a bigger plan. 4 of Swords. These people are probably not aware of this yet, but they cannot do anything else to you. They've already done it all. Everything from finance spells to sweetener, sour jars. Like, they've done everything within their repertoire that they know how to do. They've experimented on you like a lab rat with magic. Okay, so now they're like, well, what do we do? We've done everything. Okay, at some point, these people need to recognize that you're protected by God and that they can't do anything about that. They cannot do anything to block God. So what is this going to look like moving forward? Even if you have some days that you feel like are slow or they're harder than others, I get that you're getting a victory overall. So this 4 of Swords, like putting an end to a war between you and these people. You also have a great support system. You've got me. If you feel like you have no one, you've got me. Okay. I will always stick up for you guys. You've got me, you've got the divine, you've got archangels, you've got spirit team, you've got people. So don't be thinking like, oh, nobody ever helps me. Don't think stuff like that. That's what these people want you to think. They want you to think that you'll never, ever get to the end of whatever this is. And it's like, I think what it's causing you to do is go into enlightenment. It's causing you to become an enlightened person. Once you stop associating yourself with the body, you become in a realm of not humanness. Like, your true nature is not a human. We're just spiritual beings having a human experience. We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. So when you tap out of this physical realm, you tap into your higher self. 5 of Wands. These people they're not even going to be able to believe that this 5 of Wands competition is over. It was never a real competition. So yeah, these people were resorting to doing underhanding methods. So if you have a platform or if you have a channel or if you have a book or if you have whatever, they were doing something with bots and something illegal online. Okay, there's multiple indications to them being anxious, having bad luck, and these people are also, they need sobriety. Yeah, you stand in your power and call your energy and your power back to you. Knight of Swords. This is another person that was working with them. All of these people thought that you were the competition, and now they're finding out that they were delusional. These people are about to all turn on each other. They're going to all betray one another. I think that's their karma. What else do we need to know about protection? I'm just curious. Like, Holy Spirit, Divine Realm. I wouldn't give any power to this black magic crap they're doing. It's causing them burdens. They have to keep doing it, and it's not even working. Divine Realm, anything that's been done black magic wise, past, present, and future, we want to put a counter energy to that called protection, safety and protection from it and from the effects of it. And not only safety and protection for us, but safety and protection for all of our collective, which means anybody that we're going to come across and anybody that's in a collective of people. So that means also we want protection for everybody else. That's what it was. That other thing that I was like, what? Well, we have prayer. We have, it wasn't really cleansing. It was more protection. We have prayer. We have staying grounded, calling our energy and our power back to us. We have alchemy. Those were kind of like the main things that you can do. But what I was trying to get, I was like, what is the missing piece to this? And it's really you have the ability to protect yourself against this, but you also want to protect everyone else so that these people can't just manipulate all other people. I think that that's what it is. So extending your protection that you have for yourself and with the archangels and including everyone else. Okay. And even these dumb people that are doing it, that they're protected so that it doesn't do anything to them. Because we don't want to have blood on our hands, sending these people back their witchcraft that they can't transmutate. Like, no, but we will give it to God. And then that's what I was asking. It's like, oh, okay, God, I've only been praying for myself. And then for certain family members and stuff like that when I know they're being attacked, but we need to be praying for every single person on the planet so that this stuff never affects anyone. Okay. And then if it just doesn't bring any effect to anybody, then these people will figure that out eventually and they'll stop doing it. That's what I'm literally getting. So thank you. So yeah, I asked for a protection of the entire human race from all forms of black magic. And I know that sounds like impossible, but for in my reality, it's not. It's not. When as above, so below, everybody above knows who's doing the stuff. It should be able to be stopped before it comes into corporeal form. The moon. All of this moon magic of messing with your finances and trying to cause you suffering. These people are afraid of something. I don't get that it's God. They're afraid of something. I think they might be afraid of you. Yeah, secret enemies. These people are going to have secret enemies. And then also, I pray that not only everybody is protected from this type of attack and from these black magic witch people attack people, but also the whole collective is protected and safe from that. And then I'm also going to add in there that past, present, and future, anything that's done moving forward, that the collective be protected from that, but also that the collective be made aware of who is doing the magic in their, circumference and their area and their life, who is doing the magic and what the magic is targeting, so that all of that can be avoided, and so that people can become more wise and more aware of what's going on around them. Okay, so we have a Knight of Swords that was working with a Queen of Wands. These people are being judged. Okay, they are. And the Queen of Wands just separated from a Knight of Pentacles. If you have somebody come and tell you, oh, I just broke up with so-and-so, you don't want to hear it. You don't care. Anything else? Eight of Wands. These people are at the crossroads again at the nighttime making stupid offerings. We ask that every offering, every sacrifice, every demonic whatever thing that they're doing gets denied immediately, and that whoever they're trying to do it to is immediately informed of these people trying to do it, so that we can, and that their countermeasures are taken in action. And if there's other countries that are trying to curse or whatever this is, that countermeasures are taken. And I'm also getting that another thing that you guys need to do is call for judgment. And that doesn't mean you're judging, you're calling the divine to judge. Okay, we call for judgment on this situation and all others. Eight of Cups. Because, yeah, you calling for judgment is going to cause somebody to have to walk away. These people were making offerings to force you to walk away from your job, to force you into a mental hospital, to force you into some type of binding situation. And now they have to leave their job. They are losing their home. They're losing their support system. We also ask that our money is protected, our finances are protected, our way of making money is protected, our platforms are protected, and anyone and everyone in the collective we pray for protection for. I think that that's it. It's not just including yourself, including everyone in the collective. The Star. This is going to make you so much more your authentic self. You have skills and talents that these people want, and that's why they thought that they could do witchcraft on you and steal your star. No, we call our stars back to us. We call our energy and our power back to us, and we don't give it away to the enemy. We also ask that God and the Holy Spirit and the divine realm stick up for us, stand up for us. We give you permission. And we ask that you provide protection to everyone else in the collective so that we don't have to keep suffering these situations and have to keep going through this on a never-ending cycle is what it seems like, because it's just not fair. There's no reason that the collective should be delay. If there's any more delays, the collective's going to be like 90 by the time they get what they are worthy of, the rewards they're worthy of. So no more delays, Spirit, enough. God, if you have to set these people on fire spiritually to get them to leave the collective alone, we want everyone in the collective protected from this black magic and moon magic manipulation. And make these people relocate. We're not going anywhere. They want us to leave so bad and move and go and die or whatever, death. They want us to do whatever. We're not doing that. They can go. They've had their time to play around, play games, and now that we're aware of it, we want a stop put to it. Ancestors, please come forward, come through, and protect the collective and put a stop to this. Nine of Pentacles. These people do not want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. They don't want you stable, and they don't want you able to recover from what they've been doing to you. So it is about stability. It is about job. It is about money. It is about career. It is about divine life purpose, about all of that. It's about you using your star traits. We ask for the yes. So now I get finally, how many readings I've done where I've been like, what is the answer to this? The answer is we protect ourselves and we protect everybody else so that this stuff cannot affect anyone's life. And then, if I were God, I would put these people in a different timeline, in a different universe, somewhere else. And then I would put all of the people that are doing this stupid shit in one timeline and leave them there and let them attack each other. I mean, that's, I guess that's probably the lazy way. God's like, I want these people to become better people because God loves everyone. But that's probably why, I'm not calling the shots, because I would just be like, separate these people from everybody else. They're causing the problems. Hopefully these people have an awakening. I pray that God comes into their heart. I pray that these people I pray that everyone is protected that's involved in this situation. Everybody in general is protected. And I pray that this stuff gets exposed. And as it gets exposed, that the collective, my collective, becomes more empowered, and that these people see that using witchcraft and baneful magic against another person for any reason is there's nothing legit about that or justified, and that it's not going to be allowed. And I don't care what people's opinions are. Their opinions do not matter. That what does their, when these people have broken universal laws, what does their opinion matter? Like, who would it matter to? You think the universal law is going to give a shit that these people don't like you? Probably not. Yeah, just like Houdini, exactly. And then we also ask that we get delivered and saved from this horrible reality of having to deal with people like this. Besides it being unnecessary and uncalled for, there's just no reason in my mind that it should be happening. And if the collective has been dosed with any witchcraft, we ask that that be neutralized. Whatever the effects are of this, we want removed. 7 of Swords. These people are going to have to make a decision soon, and they're running away from it. They're running away from it. They're like, no, I don't have to make a choice. I can continue doing this forever. No, they can't. Since when do bad times last forever? God, however many lifetimes these people have been afflicting everybody, please do something about that. Spiritual realm, please do something about that. Universe, balance this out. 7 of Wands. You're still going to have to defend yourself, but what I'm getting is that putting out counter measures, defending the people that don't know how to defend themselves or don't even know that they should be defending themselves. I think that that's an important part. I think that us as light workers, that's partially why we're here. Because God always knew that these stupid people were going to attack us. But us being able to provide protection for others is a good thing. And it's absolutely possible. So when you're praying, just extend your prayer. Say, I include everybody attached to all situations attached to me. Literally. I include everybody. Let everybody be delivered. All right, let's get a conclusion. So yes, people are competing for your time, your energy, your resources. They want what's yours. They can't have it. Tell them no. Tell them you don't want to hear about their breakup. You don't care. You're a no drama person, which means you don't care about their drama. These people can only suck you in if they can get you to agree to something. The Queen of Cups. These people think that, because this is why you have to defend yourself, because people think that you are like the sweetest, nicest, most kind person, which you are, but you also have other aspects than that. I don't think effing these people up is what God is, what I don't think that's what your higher self wants. I think you protecting yourself and protecting others, guiding other people towards how to protect themselves, calling judgment on it. We call judgment on all past, present, and future witchcraft that's being done from any person, place, or thing. Okay, so these people are running away from judgment. They're running away from being judged. And we literally did have the King of Swords come out, who is an actual judge. So they could be actually being judged for past crimes. These people may owe money or something like that. It's going to come to you. Whatever they owe you will come to you. 6 of Wands, fame. Look, you have got this. These people did not want you coming into being rewarded, being recognized, but by you protecting everyone, it means anybody that these people use a sour jar to try to sour against you, it won't work. And then there's nothing for this to be blocked. Even with YouTube, God, I ask for intervention. Okay? On all of the low numbers and all of the stupid shit that people are doing. I just ask that it be intervened on and completely a counter thing put into motion. And for these people to learn that this is not what they should be doing with their time and energy. And then everybody that comes across this content and everybody in the collective that could turn against me, I pray that they are protected and safe from this black magic, that really it's not even their fault that people are doing this. Look, this is what just popped out. The Queen of Pentacles and the Justice. This is showing me that you are going to remain somebody who has resources, who has it all, and you're going to get justice, which means things will be balanced out. You're also getting your wishes fulfilled. Remember, these people had not getting their wishes fulfilled. So as far as what to do to protect yourself, you call for judgment when you know that things are not going the way that they should. So I'm calling for judgment, and then wait and see how things shift. Because once you call for judgment, there's going to be an assessment made of what of everybody's energy. When you pray, start praying for everyone. Say that my prayers not only extend for me, but anybody else that's in the collective, that's in the world that could be affected by this type of stuff. We're putting up protection for them as well, including everybody. And then calling for judgment. Those were like the two things that needed to happen so that this situation could change. Queen of Swords. And then once you cut somebody off, you don't have to tell people why you're cutting them off. They should know. They're witches and warlocks. These dumbass people should already know. You don't have to explain that. Literally, you don't. King of Wands. There's a lot of, oh, thank you for the flow state sticker. There's a lot of people here. See, look, there was something blocking it. And immediately with us figuring out these things, like still cleanse. I would still cleanse. But know that by you praying, you're putting up a boundary. You're putting up protection. You're putting that countermeasure out there. Also, you calling for judgment. That's not us running around, oh, we judge this person, we judge. No, it's calling for judgment. You see that this is not a person, that's an angel blowing that trumpet. We're just basically asking that the divine judge it and assess it. And then you use your discernment, you use your high priestess ability, because these people, they wanted to stop you from being able to do that. All right, anything else before we go? King of Pentacles. These people were trying to make you sell your soul, make you sell out. We call for judgment on that as well. And anybody else known and unknown, seen and unseen that was involved with these people, we call for judgment, death. This is the end of their reign of terror over your life. You're not going to be terrorized by these people anymore. So remember these things. Calling for judgment, praying for protection, countermeasure, working with the archangels, and then including the highest and best good of everyone. That's what's going to make you go through a rapid ascension. Everything that I do is for the highest and best good of all people. And it's not to get clout spiritually or anything like that. It's just because I want everybody to do good. I want everybody to have a good experience. Page of Swords. This is the last one. So, well, maybe there might be a couple more. But these people are going to be spying, watching, and stalking. Because once they figure out that their witchcraft's not working not only on you, but it's not working on anybody else, then they have no plan. Their agenda goes down the shitter. I mean, it's literally like whatever their agenda was goes... it dies. It goes to complete shit. And then it looks to me like you're going to have abundance and normal people come into your life. So don't think everybody is like these people, but you're going to have something to celebrate. You're also going to have a huge, blessing and destiny here to fulfill. And this is going to be a very rapid ascension. Once you do these things and also say, I don't give anyone consent to read me without my permission, or I don't give anyone consent to look into my future. I don't give anyone consent to use spiritual methods to spy on me. That's another thing that I would say. I mean, these people have too much time on their hands. Who the hell has time for this crap? Seriously. God. And yeah, taking it to spiritual court, hangman. These people are waiting to see if the sacrifice has gone through. The devil didn't even show up today. The sacrifice has not, no. Anytime anyone's tried to sacrifice us, God, please protect everyone in the collective, everyone as a person from being sacrificed and from the effects of a sacrifice. Look, the tower and the devil. Look, these sacrifices, we also ask that every soul that was sacrificed to the devil, even the ones of these dumb celebrities that do it to themselves, we ask that all of those transactions be reversed and undone. And whatever was gifted from these sacrifices or given, that also be undone. Remember, the judgment is also on the devil for this one, because these people are stupid. And you continue to work on creating a better world. Know that you are divinely protected. Know that these people are going to have to go to spiritual court. Know that the devil most likely is not going to go to spiritual court. The devil doesn't get caught up for anything. 7 of Pentacles. Things are going to turn in your favor. So I think as long as you continue to do the right thing, you're going to be just fine. But yeah, you have to call for judgment. I call for judgment on whatever this devil energy is. And all of these court case things. No. God, do something about that, please. We're just like, for everyone. Let every sacrifice ever been done on somebody for the devil be reversed. That way, hopefully, the devil will learn that it just can't mess with people. Ace of Pentacles. And just know that this reversal of these people are going to lose a lot. They're going to lose money. They're going to lose family members. They're going to lose a community. A 3 of Pentacles. They're going to lose strength. They're going to lose whatever they were getting from completed projects while you win it all. And you're going to have a real love union come in. Because again, these were blockages and delays. And you're going to receive good news as well. I think that's all we need to know. And all sacrifices on any innocent child that have ever been made to the devil or any other entity, we ask that those be broken by the fire of the Holy Ghost and by the fire of God. We break those. And yeah, we remove those and destroy those. Cast them into the pits of hell. And then reverse everything. That's why I was saying reversing candle. We reverse everything that had been done. All of the spell work that had been done gets reversed. And then everybody that was affected by it and anybody else that could be affected by it, we also ask and plead for protection for them as well. And for these people that don't want to take accountability for anything that they do, we just ask that you find a way to deal with them justly so that things get balanced out. If they sacrificed us to an entity and have been having us be, attacked spiritually, then I don't see why these people shouldn't be given to that entity. They need to make sacrifices that they can make. They can't sacrifice the soul of another person. Okay? And I don't care about their black magic. This needs to stop. So God, please, Divine Realm, please, Archangels, please, let's do something tonight. Let's get it moving in a new direction for the collective. Nobody deserves to go through stuff like this. So just know that these people are going to be very upset. They're going to throw fits. And I would not even care. I wouldn't even wink an eye. I wouldn't even trip out, okay? Literally. I would not trip out. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like the video. Please tap the notification bell. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Remember, tagged in the products, I've got those reversing candles if you want to do a reversal. But remember, the answers to this situation was praying for the protection of other people, innocent people, okay, like children, the elderly, vulnerable, just innocent people. I would just be like this. You pray Psalm 91, I would just say, I'm praying this for myself and for everyone else. And Spirit will know, everyone else. So prayer, Burning a candle will help. It'll make the energy go pretty fast. But I get that with the archangels involved, doing a countermeasure to whatever is going on here, the devil is not in legal right to take your soul or anything like that. So that just can't happen. So we want a complete reversal of that. And then also we ask for justice. Justice has to be served in this situation. There is too much unjust stuff going on. And praying for other people and calling for judgment. Okay, main things. And when you feel like something is off, be like, no, I'm just going to call for judgment because I don't have to. You know that when you're calling for judgment, you don't have to judge anything. Takes it right, all of that weight of it off of you. It's that the divine realm looks at it and makes a judgment. Okay, so if you guys are interested in learning to read cards for yourself and for others, I have Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells for you. This is the book for you guys. I created it because I didn't have anyone but Vassago and God to teach me to do what I'm doing. The second thing that you're going to want to use if you are wanting to learn to read cards for yourself and others is you're going to want to get this deck. It's called the Quick and Easy Original Rider-Waite Tarot Deck. It's also tagged in the products and linked in the description box below. And this deck has the original, it's got the original, so this is the source material, right? It's got the description on the cards. So when I answer questions for other people on this channel and I go to using other decks, depending on which other deck I use, if it's that one or if it's this one, if I pull a card that does not like depict the energy of what the card means, I always keep this out and I go straight to this one, and then I'll pull the card and I'll show you guys. And I do that quite often. But yeah, so the investing in the original, if you learn these interpretations, you can go to any other deck, and when you read those cards, you'll know what the original means. So yeah, check this book out. It's going to teach you guys how to read cards for yourself and for others. It works really good. It's very addicting. Once you start doing the tarot card spreads, it's so extremely powerful. Like, this is a book that you'll use over and over and over again. And there's no wrong way to use it. I do suggest that you at least do, if you're going to read for other people, I would think that you would give them a disclaimer, letting them know that, hey, when it comes to tarot, you may not receive the answer you want to hear. And then also, I know that some people will come to you and they'll ask questions that they don't want to know the answer to. Okay, so it's like, just letting people know that they can not hear what they want to hear, or they could hear something completely different that's more important for them to hear. That's why I put the disclaimer in there. So I'm totally good with you guys literally using that. And then I put a prayer in here as well that you can use before you do the readings, where you're putting on the full armor of God. Vassago is a spirit guide to me, and he has helped so many people on their tarot journey. So he's very in high demand nowadays. I don't think he was in the past, but nowadays he is. So anyways, you can either choose to work with Vassago or not. How he's helped me is throughout my tarot journey, whether it's getting readings from other people, listening to readings through the internet or whatever, or getting a personal in-person one, or if it's me pulling cards for myself, he will kind of come in and be like, okay, this person is not picking up on this, this, and this. Or like, he'll say, this person's full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about, or that this message is not for you. He'll say different things. And if I'm so pigeonholed in what I'm looking for, that, this is why this book makes it easy for you to pull cards for yourself. Because I can get pigeonholed in what I'm looking for, then he'll make me aware of what's actually there, which I think is just so valuable. So yeah, there's no wrong way to use this book, but you basically, in the tarot deck, there's 78 cards total. 22 of those cards are going to be your major arcana cards. This book is written, it's got 23, because I've added an additional tarot card spread, but for each of the major arcana cards, there's going to be a tarot card spread. So for the Fool, the Emperor, the Empress, the Magician, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Star, the Sun, the World, the Moon, I said the World, the Death, the Justice, Hierophant, I think I already said that, Temperance, Hangman, Last Judgment, So while you're a human, this is how tarot works. While you're a human, you will experience every single card in the deck at one point or another. That's how it maps human consciousness. And when you let the other person shuffle the deck, for me, I'm shuffling for all of us, but when you let other people shuffle the deck, then they are aware that they are the ones that are pulling the energy. So yeah. So you get the information that you need by doing the tarot card spread, and then people have been telling me that they've been using all different decks with this and it still works. So that's good. But then once you get the information, you do a spell because you have the information, but they're very generic and they're only can be done on you. So the lover spell is just to draw love into your life. And they can be repeated over and over again, like by you doing the process over and over again. And then if you're to be doing any of these readings and pull more than one of the major arcana cards out together, I would pause the reading. I would, first of all, keep a tarot journal with you while you're on your tarot journey. Write down the messages that you get. Write down the intuitive information that you get. When you see different card combinations, write that down. So go to the back of the book if you get more than one of the major arcana cards coming out together, and then look up the first card, see if that card combination is there. If it's not, then go to the second card and see if that card combination is there. If it's not, then use your discernment, and that's why keeping a tarot journal is really important. Okay, so this book is tagged in the products linked in the description box below. I suggest that you guys get it. It's going to do a lot more than what I just said, okay? And then also the original Rider-Waite, if you're wanting to learn, this is the original. It's the best to have because then you can go to any other deck from there and you'll have the original. The Truth of God is a book that I talk about because it has changed my life. I've been using the techniques from the Truth of God for 10 years. So this is the Truth of God, and it's an advanced intuitive living workbook, and it is written by Michael STEADMAN, who's a doctor of divinity. Now, in this book, there are so many different things that will teach you about your spiritual journey, okay? Like meditation, infinite dimensions and possibilities. Like there's so much, but I'm going to tell you about the techniques that I feel like are the ones that I use every day to create my reality. So the God technique is the first technique that I'm going to talk about. The God technique gives you the ability to shift out of your ego's consciousness into the consciousness of your higher self. It's a complete change of your vibration. And it's like it's like a muscle that's always been within you that starts getting worked. Then your connection to your higher self, to God, to the infinite, becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. By using the God technique, you can rise above anything that's going on in your reality that you don't like. When you see me closing my eyes and going within and clearing stuff, I'm using the God technique, literally. The next technique I'm going to talk about is the joy versus anger technique. The joy versus anger technique gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions and get an immediate response back. So you can be asking yes and no questions about, because your higher self knows everything, what's good for you, what's not good for you. So I would be just asking questions, should I go here? Should I be with this person? If you get the answer no on something that you want to do, then I would go to what's called the 1 to 10 technique. The 1 to 10 technique, this book will teach you how to get compatibility on any subject, 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest compatible. And then you can ask more yes and no questions about why the compatibility is what it is, or you can use your abilities to fill in the rest of the information. And then the mind technique is so important. The mind technique gives you the ability to clear thoughts and beliefs and emotional baggage that's weighing you down. And I switch realities by clearing beliefs. Literally, I've had multiple times that I've cleared a belief and then changed into a new timeline. And then seeing all the Mandela effects of the new timeline. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the mind technique, you clear up the mental and emotional baggage that you're dragging around that's influencing and creating the reality that you're experiencing. Once it's not there, then, you have a better chance of experiencing something that's good for you. And then if you're somebody that struggles from repetitive negative thoughts, There is a method in here that's called the preemptive strike, where you write down those thoughts and then you use the mind technique to clear them. And then what I will tell you, it doesn't say that in this book, but after you use the mind technique and you clear the thoughts, what the other psychic always tells me is like, when you get rid of a thought and belief, don't buy back into it. Don't go back into the garbage and pick it out. And it's like writing a belief down. You throw it in the garbage. This is like a metaphor. Don't go back to the garbage and pick that belief out and read it again and then go back into believing that. Once you've thrown it away, be like, no, I've already gotten rid of this belief. Then once you've gotten everything that's counteractive out of the way, then start using affirmations, confirmation. You're going to see your affirmations manifest instantly, especially if it's include in your affirmation, the highest and best good of all, which includes you and everybody else. All right, you guys, that is the truth of God. That is my summary for you guys. I would invest in getting these books. Both of these books are going to change your life. If you're not interested in learning to read tarot, then I would just get this one. But if you are wanting to get connected with your destiny and all of that, then I would get both of these books. They're not expensive and you will have so much fun using them, getting to know your spiritual side. And same thing with the Rider-Waite Tarot. All right, you guys, thank you for liking this video. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you. Peace be with you. Thank you, everybody that sent in your stickers and all of that. I love you guys so much. Kisses, hugs. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Tap the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? I would just go through these different readings, and whatever title sticks out next, I would watch that one. And then I would keep a little tarot, like I was saying, a tarot journal, you know, just like a little notepad. Like I've got this notepad right here. And anytime a new combination comes up or something that needs to be written down, you know, I write it down. So when you learn new things through these readings, I would just write them down and then you can go through your notes later and apply them to your life. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Peace be with you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you guys. Bye.